if you've had a child or are about to have a child or want to have a child, you need to have term life insurance and lots of it, particularly if you have more than 6 figures of student debt, because that means you've made a big investment in the future of your human capital. You're going to be making a massive amount of earnings in your future, and if you do not protect that stream of earnings, then heaven forbid something happens to you, your family might not be able to afford their mortgage, they might not be able to pay for kids to go to the right college, or your spouse might be pushed or influenced by economic reasons to remarry sooner than they're ready. And any of those are not good things to have happen. I actually ended up using Haven Life Insurance for my own family's term life insurance needs. What I did is I ended up buying $1 million policy. I think most people should buy a 20-year term. I bought a 10-year because my view is that by the 10 years from now, we'll have enough assets to really cover our family, in case something happens to me. But I think most people should do a 20-year term because that's approximately the amount of time it takes for a child to be born and raised and kind of on their own in college, right? So if you are dealing with maybe like a $50,000 to $100,000 income, I think that probably $500,000 to $1 million in term life insurance is fine. If you're over $150,000 in income, then I think that you probably want to go ahead and get $2 million of term life insurance. It's not that expensive if you get a term policy. Whole life policies are very expensive and lousy, and I just personally think they're awful. I would never suggest someone get them. And if you have one, you need to really do a hard look at whether or not you need it. And the term policies that are out there, you can pay $20 to $50 a month and get a massive amount of protection for your family. If you're the higher earning spouse, you probably need more than what work will give you. Most people have work policies that give you 2 times your income at work, and that's frankly not enough. If you've got a big mortgage and you're a dentist and you're making $200,000 a year, but your spouse is maybe making 30 or 40 working part-time, then if something happens to you, then you're not going to be able to keep your family in the house that they're accustomed to. And that's not something that you want to do, right? So if somebody is figuring out whether or not they need term life insurance, if you have dependents in your life that depend on you for your income, the answer is yes. Even if 2 spouses make about the same amount of money, if you have children, it's a good idea to have it. Here's how to shop for it, at least at one place, Haven Life, where I bought my own policy. Step 1 is just to go to studentloanplanner.com/HavenLife. Haven Life. And if you go there, it's going to take you to the Haven Life page, and then I can enter some things about myself. So I'm going to say I was born, we'll say 1990 for kicks. I don't smoke, I'm in good health. And then I'm looking for coverage of. It'll tell you how much you can pick. So I'll say $1 million, 20-year term, test.com. Calculate. Your estimated rate is between 33 and 71 per month. That's pretty low. Think about this. $1 million in coverage for a very nominal amount of money. And what'll happen is they'll do some underwriting and they'll determine if you need a medical exam. And if you say that you're in excellent health, you probably will need a medical exam. Usually, though, they are able to approve you without one, from what I've found. So, if you have great health, you don't use nicotine products, $33 a month to get your family protected with $1 million of coverage, that's probably a no-brainer. Get your family protected today, and I would definitely shop around more than just Haven Life. I don't think that you should just shop them. They're just a company that I happen to have a referral relationship with. So you should certainly look beyond just one company. But I just like the fact that Haven Life's digital interface is pretty good. They're backed by Mass Mutual, which has been around for a long time. And they make it very easy to buy term life insurance. And at the end of the day, something that's not something that you would automatically go down to the grocery store and be like, I need some term life insurance. You want the process to be really easy and simple and straightforward, so you just get it done and then you can just never think about it again and hope that you don't need it, because that's the goal, right? When you have your policy expire with a term life policy, you've won the game. That's not something that you should be worrying about. So get covered, protect your family, shop around, get as much coverage as you think you need. And if you have questions, send me an email, travis@studentloanplanner.com. Thanks.